Happy Friday, everybody! My vacation is almost over and it's making me sad, but it's Friday, I have book mail, I'm reading very good things, and I'm in a happy place. 2 more days of freedom and then back to work. So yeah, I'm going to talk about what I'm currently reading, what I'm going to read next, but first I'm going to open my book mail because it just got delivered and I'm not quite sure what's in here. I had a conversation with my mailman a little while ago, and he told me that he's actually breaking the rules when he delivers my packages early in the morning. He's figured out that it's more time efficient if he goes around my neighborhood in a certain way and delivers packages first, and then he comes around in the afternoon to deliver the actual mail. And I told him I was happy he did it this way because I like getting my packages at 9:30 in the morning rather than 3 in the afternoon. So I have something from Amazon here. I'm not 100% sure what's in this because I have a lot of things pre-ordered on Amazon. So let's see. Alright. Oh yes, okay. Raven Stratagem, it's one of my pre-orders, and The Core of the Sun by Johanna Sinisalo, and it is translated SF, so of course high priority, and you know, Raven Stratagem. Oh, I'm reading this right away. I'd forgotten that it was coming in this package. So I'm really happy now. So that's the book mail. Now what I'm currently reading. The Name of the Rose by Umberto Eco. This is going to be my main read for the day because I'm hoping, even though I'm only about halfway through it, that I can sit down and finish this book today if I'm not interrupted, if I don't interrupt myself to go do something else, because it is such a compelling read. There's a lot of doctrine and theology and what is and isn't a heresy in this book. Despite how dense it can be, I've never found it to be boring at any point. It is such a surprising, compelling read, and I love it so far. I am also working on Earth Abides by George R. Stewart. This is a 1949 post-apocalyptic novel in which like a strain of the flu has killed almost the entire human population, and one man who survives it is so far wandering around watching the chain of events as humans exit what happens to the world, plants, and animals especially. I've just reached part 2, which is called The Quick Years. It seems like things will be speeding up and it's him and a woman he's met. I have no idea what's going to happen next. I'm buddy reading this with Anita and Linnea. They have booktube channels, so I will link them. Go check them out. And I think we're all kind of liking it so far. It certainly has some dated parts, so we've reached a bit of a racist part. But it's really different from any kind of post-apocalyptic novel I've read before. And it's just really interesting to read something that is this old. I realized that my grandparents were like 14 years old when this book was published. It's old, and yet I think I'm going to remember this book for quite a while. The other thing I have started and that I want to get read this weekend before I am off vacation is The Rise and Fall of D.O.D.O by Neal Stephenson and Nicole Galland. Jane, who absolutely loves Stephenson, has made a video about this book, which I will link because I watched it and she reads a little excerpt from it, and I was like, I've got to read this while I'm on summer vacation because she said it was a good kind of summer vacation read. I've just read like the first 20 or 30 pages. Yeah, I'm on page 26, and I'm kind of adjusting to the style because it seems to be written in like diary entries so far. Not my favorite structure for a book, but it's funny already, and I just want a really humorous read. I'm also not entirely sure how to explain the plot, so I'll just skip explaining the plot. On my Kindle, I have started The Best of All Possible Worlds by Karen Lord. I'm like a chapter into it, so I won't say any more, but I have higher expectations of this one because Denise really liked it, and I feel like I should finally read this book. I should finally read something else by Karen Lord. And the last thing that I am currently reading is the audiobook of Trigger Warning, a short story collection by Neil Gaiman. This is the second thing I've listened to by Gaiman on audiobook in the past week. All my holds came in at the same time. And so far, I seem to enjoy Gaiman's original short stories more than his nonfiction essays and Norse mythology retellings. I'll go into that in more detail when I do my wrap-up this weekend. So, yeah. As for what is up next, I got Borne by Jeff VanderMeer, which hasn't been high on my list of anticipated releases this year, but I grabbed it when it showed up at the library because, you know, I enjoyed the Southern Reach trilogy. We'll see if I like this one or not. And what else? I have An Astronaut's Guide to Life on Earth by Chris Hadfield, which I've wanted to read for years. Amberlough by Lara, Elena, Donnelly, and that book about eclipses that I talked about a while ago that I still need to read. I haven't even started it yet. And I'm going to try to read The Testament of Jessie Lamb by Jane Rogers. This is a Clark Award winner. I don't think I'm going to like it, but I just want to get it over with. This video is a mess. I am not redoing it. That's it. So many books, so little time left until I go back to work. I hope you're having a great Friday and you have a fantastic weekend. I'll be back to talk to you again soon, and until then, bye.